It's 7:30. Good morning, I'm Ian Crouch with Hunter News. A man accused of murdering a former schoolmate at Cessnock over an unpaid debt has been ordered to stand trial in the Supreme Court in September. Jack Collis allegedly stabbed Jack Henderson in the heart with a pocket knife during a fight outside his unit on Anzac Day last year. The Herald reports court documents revealed the 20-year-old allegedly told police in the moments after his arrest, "Yes, I was involved. He can't be dead." It's D-Day for two massive Lake Macquarie projects. The Joint Regional Planning Panel will decide on a $60 million expansion to the Stockland Glendale Shopping Centre, which will see double the number of retail shops, a large Coles supermarket and a boulevard restaurant precinct. The panel will also consider a controversial housing development at Whitebridge. Residents believe it's too big for the area. However, developer Hilton Grujon is defending his $23 million project.
Well, Council adopted a DCP which set the rules for the development of the site, and all we're doing is following the rules. We didn't make them, we're just following them. But it is an urban infill, and it's part of the urban consolidation process, which is a very strong policy of both state government and local councils.
Newcastle Council says a computer glitch with its parking meters will be fixed next week. Motorists have been stung in the hip pocket for the past 5 weeks, with parking meters swallowing coins, not accepting card payments or billing cards more than once. However, council rangers have still been out in force handing out fines to motorists who've given up on the dodgy meters. A software upgrade of the parking meter network is due to happen next week. Community organisations in Paterson are now able to apply for grants of up to $150,000 to help deliver projects to combat domestic violence. The funding is part of a government initiative to build partnerships between Parliament and communities to reduce violence against women and children. Paterson MP Bob Baldwin says the funds can only benefit society.
By providing this funding, it means that our outreach and our education and our community awareness is even further. And the more people are aware, particularly of the signs and the symptoms of domestic violence, the better we're able to combat it as a community as a whole.
The list of creditors waiting to be paid by Nathan Tinkler is getting longer. The Herald reports a new group of unsecured creditors are owed $2.7 million from the former billionaire's Ocean Street Holdings, which went into liquidation last month. It's also been revealed the former Knights and Jets owner also owes $41 million to US banker Jefferies Group. And research into new ways of diagnosing and treating chronic neck pain is currently underway by researchers at the University of Newcastle. One of the studies being conducted is whether or not chronic neck pain could be better diagnosed with advanced MRI scanning. Associate Professor of Physiotherapy Suzanne Snodgrass says neck pain is rarely on its own.
A lot of people who have neck pain will experience some types of headache. They're usually a tension headache or cervicogenic headache. The other thing that sometimes people get with neck pain is pain down their arm, and this can happen from an irritation from the nerve roots that supply the muscles and sensation to the arm.
Sport, thanks to our sponsor Warners Bay Sports Club.
The Knights lineup for Saturday's game is yet to be finalised, with some players still up in the air due to injury. Winger Aku Uate is doubtful, while Dane Gagai continues to undergo cardiology testing. Coach Rick Stone, however, says he can still put forward a strong team with the Matautia brothers on side.
You know, obviously Sione didn't play with a concussion last week. We haven't named him. He's got to pass the concussion test still this week, but that's going to be hopefully a formality. And Chanel was out last week with some illness. You know, he'd been playing pretty well, up to then, and probably come in around the same time last year and did a reasonable job.
The Jets are looking to continue building their numbers with trials yesterday at Ray Watt Oval. Regular players joined with trialists in games of 3 15-minute thirds. It is expected that coach Scott Miller will decide tomorrow whether or not he will offer any contracts. And Wanderers hooker Andrew Tuala has 3 days to prove he deserves a spot in the National Rugby Championships. The Newcastle-based camp takes place 9 days before the Newcastle Country Eagles opening game, with Tuala playing for the team's only unconfirmed position. That's sport. I'm Iona McNabb.
To a new RFM News Time, 26 to 8.